You are mine now. You belong to me.
Round 1. Fight!
Welcome to another episode of the Screen Crusaders podcast. This is your host, Tex Mex Morty, and with me we have the Reaper, aka Noob, and then we have Mr. JT over here, our great value Liu Kang.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Yeah, we're all great value.
Yeah, you're
Mortal
great
Kombat
value.
characters.
Great value, guys.
I'm a Noob, Kung Lao's brother, Kung Pao.
Cop out chicken.
Kung Pao Enter the Fist.
Enter the Fist. There you go.
Let me know if y'all have seen that movie because it's amazing.
But if you haven't noticed by the thumbnail or by our introduction, we are going to be discussing Mortal Kombat today. So,
Round
I mean,
1.
it's
Fight!
going to be a fun one. It's
Yeah.
going to be a fun episode. Might have a little something in the beginning or the end. But let's get right into it, you guys.
Let's go.
So, who wants to start first?
Actually, I'll start first.
All right. So,
I'll kick this off.
So what
Go
were
ahead,
your
bro.
your initial thoughts? Like, actually, let's start off before the movie came out.
Okay.
I know that me and Reeps both, we were thinking that since they were hiding the trailer, they were not releasing anything up until like mid-January, not even like late February, I think it was. We thought it was going to be trash.
I didn't think it was going to be like that bad. It was just more like,
Well,
it's just odd that there just wasn't a trailer out.
Yeah, well, we were
Like,
starting
and
to
it was
get...
recent. Like, it was.
we
it's
were
gonna
starting
come
to
out
get
soon.
worried, though. We were like, they're hiding something. They're hiding, but... So
For good
we
reason.
made a prediction that it was probably going to be bad.
Yeah.
I doubt it was going to get worse than Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Which
But
is still the best one.
yeah, but we never got your thoughts before.
Okay.
What were your expectations going in?
Actually, I didn't really have expectations. I didn't actually see the Mortal Kombat Annihilation from the mid '90s. So
You're missing out. You're missing out so much.
Am I?
Yes, you are.
The world
Because it's gold.
7 days.
It is gold. It's
Yeah.
just, it's one of those that it's the worst like piece of shit movie like ever.
Yeah.
But it's so entertaining that you're just entranced by everything that's going on, and it's so good. It's so
Facts.
funny. It's hilarious, dude. Like,
It is one of those hilarious movies to watch. I mean, the whole time you have like Jax, he punches a demon in the
Yeah.
butt, and then it goes straight back to hell. There was like no battle. It's good. It's just
a whole bunch of randomness.
It's just fucking-
horrible acting, horrible effects. It's just all around just trash. But I
Yeah.
like trash. So-
Yeah. But awesome. But anyway, I did not kind of expect anything. To be honest, I played some of the games, but in reality, remaking actual game, which kind of be cool. But then I saw the movie. It was good.
okay.
Yeah.
You're just like, yeah, it was good.
Yeah, no, okay. Well, let's get your hot take, Reeps. No need to get into too many details right now, but what was your initial thoughts versus what came out?
It was good, dude. It's what I expected. Just goofiness. It's Mortal Kombat-y. That's what it feels like. It's just they didn't miss the mark. with that. I mean, like, a little part of me did want something like a little more serious. And when it started,
it started off.
Yeah, when it started out.
Yeah.
It's like every time there was Scorpion or something related to it, it would turn into a different movie.
Mm-hmm. To me, they were the movie.
Yeah.
To me, they were the movie. They were just so well done, especially Sub-Zero.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's so you thought it was good, Reeps?
It's just fun, you know. And I thought like it's good, but for me it's kind of like an okay.
I wouldn't consider it a good movie, but it was a fun movie.
It's just fun. Yeah, if they were just showing this like on cable, and
I'd tune in.
I would just like
it's a good background movie.
Yeah,
too.
it's a good background movie.
Like, don't worry about any of the other parts when the fights come in. Oh, my time to jump in.
Exactly.
But I guess with me, I had the same thing. I love the 90s one. Annihilation I love, even though they're both pretty campy, but Annihilation is just terrible, but I still love it. It's a fun movie to watch.
Even if this would have been trash, there would have been nothing to compare it to. That's the thing. Because like, there hasn't been a competently made Mortal Kombat movie. Like, even the first one, like, I know like people are like, oh, it's actually good, like, you know, Mortal Kombat standards and stuff. It's like, no, it's really not. I mean, it's way better than Annihilation, but it's still not a good like video game movie, Mortal Kombat movie. I don't think it's all that great. No, so like, there's really not much to like compare it to. Even if this one would have sucked, which it didn't. It didn't.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm on the same boat. Like I said, I actually had a good time with it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Was not expecting a whole lot after the first trailer, though. I kind of did feel like Reap said, I was hoping for something a little tiny bit more serious, but I did like what we got. To the point where we're gonna have to eat our words and eat crow, Reaps, and we're gonna have to eat Scorpion's revenge.
You eat crow, dude. I didn't think it was gonna be bad. I was just kind of worried.
No. We were both worried a bit for it. We were both like, I don't know how I feel about this. They're holding off the trailer.
When you get the shits afterwards.
No, you're joining me. We're both eating the Scorpion's revenge. He's saying, "Get over here," and he's. What is it? What's gonna be in it? We're gonna have the hot Cheetos mix mac and cheese. With extra flaming hot Cheetos crumpled on top. What else was it? The roller items, the buffalo spicy roller items from Racetrack, and maybe a couple of drops of Tapatio, and maybe some pickled jalapenos. We'll see.
So scrumptious, dude. It sounds.
We'll see how it goes.
delicious.
But me and Reeps will have to add a little segment onto this and just chow down on. I
can't wait.
You're just gonna take one bite and you're gonna be like that, Reeps, and I'm gonna be over here.
I can handle this shit.
I'm gonna be over here like that's gonna be us on the shiver. Just the day after our sphincter and everything's gonna be.
When you blow out the sphincter, don't come crying to me because that's what's gonna happen.
No, we're both.
I hope you brought the stick because you gotta put all that shit back in sausage casings. You're gonna be encasing sausages out of your butt. It's a mess.
This time I think we'll do this a little bit different.
All right.
We'll do it non-spoilers like we usually do, but instead of breaking up into 2 videos, I think I'll just put a timestamp, and we'll just.
We should probably just do that for now.
Yeah. Just one video, and it's gonna be X amount of time, non-spoiler, and then afterwards, we'll let you know when the spoilers start.
Cool.
But let's start off with just some of the points. Like let's go with something simple. What did you guys think of like the music and audio on this? Like the audio mix in terms of sound effects and just the overall music.
Wasn't as good as Annihilation. Didn't have the unnecessary rave music everywhere. So did
Annihilation have good rave music? Because I know the first one did. No.
I mean, I don't know.
I remember.
Actually, I take all the shit back. Yeah. Actually, no, this movie's not good. It's shit. You know why? Because Annihilation will always be better. Because it didn't have any unnecessary
spin
kicks every 5 seconds.
Right.
Yeah. No necessary spin kicks every 5 seconds. No, it's glorious kind of lines. like cheesy lines like that.
You will die.
Yeah. No demon coming out of nowhere, and then Jax punches it in the asshole, and then it goes away.
Yeah,
None of that shit.
Just pops out of nowhere, and you're expecting a fight, and then he he's like, "What is going on?" Because he punches him, and then the demon's like, "Nope, going back." But
yep, none of that. No turning into those monsters at the end, like how they did.
Oh, the freaking Clash of the Titans.
No cardboard costumes, Cyrax and
oh my god,
and smoke.
Man, I should really see this movie. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Well, you
no
have
Shao
it on
Kahn.
you have it on Blu-ray, don't you?
Yeah. I have this shit on Blu-ray. I have both of them.
We're
Blu-ray.
having a watch party with you, JT, to watch it. Introduce you
That's
to
the thing.
garbage.
Like, it's just like it's trash. I like it.
Yeah, but it's a good time. We'll order some pizza or something and watch it. But
everyone has to experience it. Everyone has to experience Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Did you guys?
You have no idea.
Did you guys like the music though?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was
do
good,
you think it fit the fights and made them a bit more exciting or whatever? Okay. Yeah, I thought it was pretty well done.
No, I like the new theme that they came out with.
Yeah,
oh, the new one? Yeah, the new
the-
one's really good.
The
I
one
like
that's like a mix of techno, a mix of dubstep, like, a
it-
mix of deep house.
Another
Yeah.
thing, it's like the sound effects was kind of cool doing the fight scenes.
Yeah,
and
that's what I
everything.
was thinking. Like, especially I was watching it with the surround sound,
Mhm.
and it actually used it pretty good. Because sometimes when I watched, like, I think it was Kong versus Godzilla.
Mhm.
When we watched that, you remember the 3D audio wasn't that great, or the surround sound. When we were watching it over here on the TV, it didn't utilize it too much. It only had like muffled sound effects.
That's because your shit's broken.
No, this one actually worked pretty good in my opinion. It wasn't bad. It
Well, they
was
say like when Sub-Zero enters, you hear like the icicles from
Yeah, that was really cool.
like all the
Yeah.
cracking. And
but no, I thought it was good. The music was good. It got me pumped. Like you feel it. You're like, oh man.
I gotta fix my helm of darkness because I'm of the cult and I wear this. It's my mark of the beast. We're in the Dark Brotherhood.
But all right. Well, let's move on to one of the main things to talk in the movie review. Obviously,
Yeah.
the plot. The plot. What? How did you guys feel about the plot?
It's just goofy as all hell, but that's Mortal Kombat for you.
Yeah.
I don't look. The games are like that, so it's like it doesn't surprise me.
Well, the games I'll give them to him are a little bit more serious.
I like that Kano stuck around for a little bit because he was fucking great. I love Kano. Every time he was on screen, it was a smile on my face, just his lines.
Well, actually, Reach, I agree with you.
Get
I
that
think
dog.
Kano was the best part of the movie besides Scorpion.
Well,
and
we'll get to
Sub-Zero.
characters in a second, though. Back to the plot, though. So, Reeps, you said it
Well,
was...
yeah, there's something to talk about. What plot?
Okay, yeah, that's what I was
It's
gonna
Mortal
say.
Kombat. They're doing the
Well-
tournament, and
Well, that's the
they
thing,
gotta get
though.
Raiden's gotta get the heroes
Right,
together,
yeah.
and
That's... So, do you think they did... I personally felt like it was going in a time machine and going back to watching the mid-90s one. Honestly,
but that was the charm of it.
it felt like they didn't even bother progressing to try to tell
Right.
a story that's not as campy. But yeah, like you said, I kind of like that. The only thing is, for me personally, I thought, other than it being pretty basic, it was basically exposition, the movie. That's the one of the things that kind of, I wouldn't say grinded my gears, but really kind of griped me, was the fact that there was no actual tournament in this movie.
Yeah.
There was no tournament.
Yeah, I was gonna say because actually in the first one they do the
Right.
tournament pretty well, like
Yeah.
for the '90s movie, and it had the atmosphere. They go to the island,
Oh, that's
it's all
cool.
mystical. and
Yeah.
that was actually one cool part of that.
Like I'm not wanting to. I guess that could be considered a spoiler, but no, it's more like a warning. If you're expecting a tournament,
Y'all should have seen it already.
yeah. If you're expecting a tournament in this
Right.
movie, don't. It mentions it, and then it's like, no, this is for the sequel. If there is a sequel, but we don't know. It depends on how much this makes or whatever. So
Mhm.
I felt like it was an Origins movie setting
Yeah,
up
a
the
lot
world.
of it was setting up for the
Yeah.
next
Yeah,
ones.
it felt more. it felt more like it just wanted to get this one out of the way, which I understand. It kind of does help for the future ones that could just go hit the ground running. But it was kind of a little bit disappointing, in my opinion, that it was just origins and set up the movie. There was no actual Mortal Kombat tournament.
Yeah.
Also, like, I didn't mind so much. I didn't mind so much that they didn't do that. But.
Yeah, but the plot though,
it has been done a lot. That's the thing. Like, it has been done a lot. Even like because I also have an animated movie of Mortal Kombat called Scorpion's Revenge.
Oh, I still need to watch
and there's the tournament in that too. But it's actually good. It's really good. It's just it's all animated and what was I gonna say about it? Oh yeah, and it's kind of more like at Scorpion's point of view.
Oh, cool.
So you get like a lot more Scorpion in this one, which I didn't like in this movie because like you only get to see him for like a little bit, and then he shows up at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, that's another thing. That warning for people is if you're expecting a lot of Scorpion, unfortunately, don't.
Yeah, but I was like, as I was
keep
saying,
your expectation. When he shows up, that's when the movie hits its highest highs, but it's very limited, unfortunately, which is another thing I was hoping. I was hoping he would be in it more.
Because like in the animated movie, like they show him like in the Netherrealm, like in hell, he's like chained up, and you see him like become like the demon that he is, and you see Quan Chi there, and like it's really cool. I know like when it came out, people were like, "Oh, it's kind of sucks. It's not as good. Doesn't follow the formula." I'm like, yeah, it does.
I actually had heard pretty good stuff about it.
But again, like they do the tournament and stuff, so we have seen it a lot, and even in the games too. So I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, no, that plot, like I was saying, was well, like you said, Reeps. It's very like what plot? So
it felt kind of Transformer-y a little bit.
Yeah, no, it was literally just what's it called? Very cliche by the numbers. Bad guys, outer world champions are tasked to go track down Earthworld fighters to hunt them down so that they can't fight, and then it's like. Well, now the Earth fighters have to find each other and trade. And what was it? Their Arcana or something like that? Arcana. Yeah, they need to find their inner strength and then fight the bad guys. So very generic plot, very, very simple.
Again, it's okay though. Like it's harmless. And that's the thing, like it's not even anything for me to get like that annoyed about it.
Yeah, but like I said, based on the trailers though, and when Scorpion was on screen and the whole Sub-Zero and such like that, I wish that was a little bit more, just because.
Yeah, because when you open up with that, with an incredibly brutal scene.
Yeah, and it was intense. It was brutal. It was interesting, and it felt like you weren't gonna get a run of the mill, just very generic plot. Yeah. So when you did get it, like you said, Reeps, it's not that big of a deal, but it is like. Kind of like oh man, you
just wanted to see more of the ninjas, just Scorpion and Sub-Zero, which I would love to see a movie that was just like Shirai Ryu versus Lin Kuei, and then like all the martial arts stuff, the Japanese, and then the Lin Kuei Chinese thing.
Yeah, well, hopefully sequels have stuff like that. That'd be really cool.
It might show like some more backstory. You think?
Yeah. Now that they've gotten the. What's it called? I guess trim the fat for the universe. If they do happen to make a sequel, I feel like now they don't have to worry about
everything.
Worry about having to talk about this type of stuff. They could just again go hit the ground running, and you know these characters, you know where they're going, you know why this is going on. The tournament and this, which is what the sequel should be. And hopefully we see Shao Kahn on it. Because I'm interested to see how they tackle him in this universe.
Yeah, speaking of the tournament thing, there's one aspect that I actually really didn't like. Thinking about it more, I actually don't like. But we'll get to that in the spoiler section.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and what do you have any thoughts on the plot, JT, or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean the plot was okay for me. For me personally, I think the plot was kind of similar to Godzilla vs. Kong. It was more generic in terms of, just a big battle and everything, like all these different characters fighting for the same reasons, per se. But overall, I mean, like you guys said, it was a fun movie. I think I agree with you, Morty, that it's going to be a kind of an origin story in terms of like, hopefully they'll have more sequels where the tournament is kind of in play and a lot more action and whatnot. But overall, I thought it was.
Oh, there goes my phone. It just
pretty
dropped.
good. I thought it was like pretty generic and everything. So.
Okay. Yeah. I had to say, but still fun. Still fun.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, so let's move on to the semi-meaty parts, because this is what I would consider, even though the characters were a bit iffy, it was very character-driven movie. That's why the plot was lacking.
I don't think it's that the characters are iffy. I think there's just one character that's really kind of... you can take him out, and then it'd be fine. It wouldn't skip a beat. But
interesting.
Let's see. We had as far as the characters, we had your essentials, of course. You had like Raiden, Scorpion, obviously, and Sub-Zero. They're basically like the Mario Brothers of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
But you had Liu Kang,
which is not. He's not the main protagonist in this one.
Yeah, he's not the chosen one.
Yeah, he's not the chosen one. Yeah, that's the thing, because it always follows him.
Yeah, it would have been more interesting, honestly.
But then again, like I guess like they were kind of tired of doing that because they've done it a lot, and someone new. But
that's where they took some liberties, where we'll discuss in a little bit. But do you guys feel like they hit the essentials? We'll start off with you this time, JT, and then go over to Reeps.
Yeah, I mean, I agree that Raiden, he's like the protector of the Earth realm, and Sub-Zero and Scorpion did his due diligence. So
and then Goro, stuff like that.
Goro's really cool. And also, like, Cole was an unexpected surprise. I didn't know that he was going to be a kind of a main character in this movie, which we will discuss in the spoiler section. But overall, I thought that, I mean, my favorite character is Kano. I mean, he, like, stole the show with his Australian accent.
He would be one of the essentials, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. His Australian accent, his, like, humor all throughout the movie made it watchable and fun,
Although I will say I'm disappointed that he's an Aussie and he wasn't like, "Oi, cunt," at one point.
he said get fact.
Yeah, he did say get fact. But what's it called? Which was nice because that's what you would expect.
Well, the Aussies don't say "oi," right? That's more of like the
they do.
British
they do.
thing, right?
They do say that sometimes. I'm pretty sure that's more like Cockney English, but they come from that lineage. But what about you?
Yeah, let's go ask him.
Or not JT. What about you, Reep? Since you know the characters a bit more than JT and such, do you think they did pretty good with the essential ones?
There's nothing wrong with them. Like they're all just how they should be. That's Kano, that's Sonya. And the only thing with Sonya is just it's weird that you don't see like the task force, like the what do you call that? Like the special ops people like by her side, like how it is in the games, or like in some of the movies.
Well, wait, what?
And she was kind of like by herself.
The one picture that said she was part of special forces didn't do it for you.
Yeah, she points to a picture. She's like, yeah, I'm in the special forces.
Yeah, no. What's it called?
It's like it's supposed to be, like it adds like that G.I. Joe element to Mortal Kombat. That's what it felt like in the game. It's just G.I. Joe meets mystical stuff, and she's just part of it. But no, she was fine. Like to me, she's very pretty.
Oh yes, I agree.
Yeah, very pretty. She's all right. Yeah, Kano obviously is like the best one.
Mm-hmm.
And then Liu Kang, straight up badass.
Yeah.
Kung Lao, our boy Kung Lao.
Dude, Kung Lao was cool.
Stole the show.
Kung Lao was cool. He was a badass.
And then Raiden, of course, Raiden's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm saying. Like they're all solid. This is the way they're supposed to be. Again, like it didn't miss the mark with that.
No, I'd have to agree. I thought they did them pretty good. Their costumes
and even
look great.
like with like the Outworld characters, which is Melina, Cabal, and I forget the name of the big hammer dude.
Well, that's where I was gonna actually ask you guys.
I think it's Rico.
Yeah. I think it's that.
What's it called?
Shang Tsung also was great.
I get kind of why they did that because they're probably saving the real usual bad guys for the sequels. But don't you guys feel like some of those, half of that team from the Outer World was, I would say, like a D team, a D-list team.
No, dude. First off, like, none of these Mortal Kombat characters ever die. They're gonna come back as revenants because that's what happens in the game.
Yep.
Because when you get the Quan Chi, he's gonna raise him from the dead and add him to his army. That's what's gonna happen. And I bet you in the second movie, that's what's gonna happen. Which I'm surprised we didn't get to see like a hint of him in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There was an Easter egg or something. I might have to go back to watch it, but
yeah, no, but don't you agree though that it was like the D-list characters?
No, they're badass. Cabal was badass.
No, I know
Like,
Cabal. I said half of them though. Like they had to have some hitters, so you're gonna get your Melina, Cabal, but then the other 2 or 3 were kind of like, hey, we need someone that's
like the Batgirl and
those. I know they're in the games too, but they're like those spin-off ones more than they would be in the actual like mainline numbered ones. Like they weren't your main characters in Mortal Kombat 1 through 3 Ultimate. They're not really the ones on Mortal Kombat X, Mortal Kombat 11. They're like they're like the what's it called, like those one of the PS2 era ones.
But it's really just like 2 of them, right? Because it's just the big hammer dude and the bad girl. I forget her name, but it's really just those 2 because everyone else is fine.
Wasn't there another one? Wasn't there? Because there was Cabal. There was.
I mean,
Melina.
do you mean Melina? She was cool.
No, Melina. She's she's one of the bigger ones. One of the what's it called? Actual closer to what I would call A-list villains. I guess maybe it was those 2. There wasn't that as many bad guys as I thought there would be in this movie, though.
It was a good team, though. Yeah, I would say.
But
like 5 or 6 of them. Yeah.
How would you? What's it called? How do you guys feel about Cole Young?
And that's what I was saying, that like when you take one character out, it wouldn't skip a beat. That's him. It just wasn't. I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, same.
I just felt like, okay, put Johnny Cage in there. I know you've done it like a whole bunch of times, but just put him in. Come on, don't save him for the second movie.
Yeah,
because like he has no charisma to him. He's kind of just like a cut and dry, like straight man. And I didn't like the whole like, oh, he's part of like Scorpion's bloodline and he has to summon him. Like, no.
Well,
no.
that was the closest thing to making him interesting, in my opinion.
I agree.
But I don't know.
How did you feel, JT?
I mean, to me, I think Cole was an interesting character to the movie because, like you guys know, I don't know a lot of Mortal Kombat lore or haven't seen the old movies, but I think Cole kind of did a good job in, making the movie enjoyable. I think he was an interesting character. I kind of liked how he was from the Scorpion bloodline, to have that connection at least to the fans of, hey, we have an actual person that can bring on the Scorpion's name and so on and so forth. So I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, see, me personally, I wish they kind of would have played it safer and either gone like Reap said, either Johnny Cage or back to Liu Kang or even Kung Lao.
No, actually, like I think what would have been even better, and I thought this too, is that like I thought he was gonna become like the next Sub-Zero, or he was gonna have ties to the what's Sub-Zero's clan name again? Fuck, I remember. Whatever, their team, Lin Kuei, that's what it is. Yeah, Lin Kuei. I thought he was gonna have like ties to them. And also Cole sounds like cold. Like, I'm like, are they doing that on purpose or something? But I thought he was gonna like become like the new Sub-Zero, kind of like Kuai Liang, like his brother in a way. But I guess they have him in the works for the next movie.
Yeah, no, they do. But yeah, no, that's what a lot of people thought. Okay. I think I saw that around in the internet a bit. But yeah, no, I just didn't feel Cole. I mean, this is another point that I have listed down for just the characters in general. Mm-hmm. They did do pretty solid in terms of looking the part and the fights and all that. But they have the same problem they did in the 90s movie, where the people weren't the best of actors.
Okay.
So what's it called when you have a character like Cole, which I didn't think the actor had the acting chops to pull it, like hardly any charisma in my opinion. And then you have a script that doesn't help him and he's not very interesting. It just makes you, like Reap said, you could take that character out and I wouldn't even care. I wouldn't care.
That's the thing, because like I feel like everyone else is bringing it. Everyone else is like bringing their A game to it, and it's believable. But he's kind of like the only like
oddball
standout. Yeah, it's the oddball.
And his line delivery though too was so bad. We need to split them up. We need to fight them.
But everyone else's acting is fine. Like,
it was all right.
Yeah.
It was all right. I wouldn't say it was good, but it was serviceable.
For these characters, it's good. I mean,
decent.
Well, they got
it's supposed to be cartoony. Like,
well, they could have. You gotta admit, they like the guy who cheesy, they got for Scorpion and such. He still had cheesy lines, but that guy sold it.
But that's the thing, because they made those two the strongest, so they really had to bring.
Yeah, they went their they went their all their casting budget on those two, in my opinion, because the other people were like actors I've never heard about, and Kano did a great job. Sonya did pretty solid too. Luke Kane, again, all of them were serviceable. Not the best actors, but good enough to hold the movie, except for Cole, in my opinion.
They're fine, dude.
And he literally, well, I guess I'll save that for the spoiler later. But yeah, other than that, did you guys think like the visuals looked good and the fights were cool?
Yes, very much. That was the selling point. Like that was the bread and butter, dude. Yeah, there are fatalities in this. Like they actually show it, and they're really amazing. It's really over the top, just like how it is in the games, and it's just so cool. They do like moves from the games too. Like Sub-Zero would do his ice wall or like freeze blood, then stab someone with it. Kung Lao does the hat razor thing, and all these characters like kind of do like their signature moves. But and we'll get more into that like in the spoiler section too.
One of the things that I think was actually in the trailer too, but it wasn't obviously in the movie. If you look closely, some of the Easter eggs, because this had a lot of fan service, some of the Easter eggs are really cool in the sense that if when Jax, like it was in the trailer, so I wouldn't count the spoilers, when he gets his arms kind of blown up by Sub-Zero, if you look in the background in the graffiti, it has like down forward square or LP, which is light punch.
Yeah, dude, there's a whole bunch of Easter eggs.
That's actually what Sub-Zero uses to kind of freeze the shotgun blast.
Yeah, that's what he does.
He uses his little like ice blast, and that down side LP.
Yeah. That's the actual him in the game, and that's what you do.
Yeah, that's the actual. Really cool. That's the actual coordinates, I would say, to do that attack. So cool. they had.
Is it the same one in MK11 or like?
Yeah. It is. That's why I tried it on MK11. And I'm like, oh shit, that Easter egg. It's literally the move he used in the movie is in the background. The controls for it. I thought that was pretty neat.
And there's a whole bunch of Easter eggs for that. Like you see characters. I think they drop Ed Tobias on it, like the creator of it too.
Oh,
they say his name.
Oh yes. In the when he's the guy's talking about him. For the wrestling match or whatever in the beginning. But yeah, no. So obviously fights were good to you. Oh, yeah. They were to y'all standards, you would say.
Yes, very much.
I guess
Every time I would see like some crazy shit, I would just be like, oh dang, like. Yeah. I was watching with my friend, and we were just kind of like losing our minds with it, but.
Also speaking with the fights, like the special effects department really did a good job.
Yeah, that's where I was. That's where I was worried at. I was worried that they were gonna drop the ball, and I honestly thought
censor it or something.
Well, no, I honestly thought that the fighting couldn't be worse than Mortal Kombat Annihilation with unnecessary spin kicks that don't even make contact.
Yeah, but now, like in this day and age, it's like everything's like superhero like now. So it's in that style where the action is just going to be kind of similar to that.
Well, yeah, but like I was saying though, I was kind of glad that they didn't drop the ball in the effects, like JT said. Like I thought maybe the fights were going to be good, but the effects were maybe going to look wonky. But they didn't. They looked very polished.
Yes.
They looked pretty believable. They were actually really, really good in my opinion.
Especially Sub-Zero. Yeah, he had the best special effects. Every time they showcase his powers, it's just
every time he was
stunning.
on screen, though. Every time he was on screen,
presence.
it was he brought that presence.
I know, and he's my favorite character too. So I was so glad that he was just like done so right. Like,
yeah, you could get like a sense of like anxiety or feel like not to like oh man, but like oh man,
his voice,
shit's
like
gonna go down.
Dude, his everyone's suit was on point, but like his was my favorite suit.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that it reflected like blue there, like in the light, and but all their costumes were so good.
But other than that, the costumes were another area.
I think that's my favorite thing, actually. Yeah, just their costumes all look really, really great.
I agree. Yeah.
And I can't wait for them to drop him in the game because I want to download them.
I know, dude. Well, they're basically already in they're basically already in the game.
Yeah, they're on that. They don't skip a beat with that. They're on that already.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying in general, the decent amount of the costumes look pretty close to what they are on like MK11.
Mm-hmm.
Or especially since you could customize a bunch. But I'm hoping that because they did that for the 90s movie, right?
Scorpion's mask looks just like how it does in MK11.
It's cool.
But they did that, didn't they? Reaps for MK11, they got the 90s movie pack,
they got the classic ones.
And they even got some of the actors to do the voice acting for it.
Yeah. They got the guy from the guy who did Shang Tsung. And the other ones, they got him.
Sonya Blade.
Yeah, Sonya.
The Raiden. I think they got the dude that played Highlander or whatever. So I'm hoping they do something like that for this movie, especially for Kano.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Then I want to see that guy voice act for skin on Kano on MK11.
Fucked you, dog.
But other than that, what other costumes were pretty cool? There was
Cabal's costume was excellent. Oh, it looks so good. I want to cosplay as him.
He almost did look
be hard though.
He did look almost like a cosplayer though. So
it
wouldn't be that bad.
It's tangible, Like
that's what I'm saying. It's doable. It shouldn't be too
mask
hard.
And his eyes lit up, and that's the thing. Like he was really cool because all the moves that he does, like, were in the game too, like the dash and stuff, and then the hook sweeps. And, I like playing as him too.
Yeah, he looked pretty cool though.
Yeah, his voice was great. It sounded like Ray Liotta.
It kind of
like Goodfellas.
Oh yeah. Also, we've got one character, Goro, appeared. In this
So, do y'all want to talk about spoilers now?
Well, we'll wait a second. We'll finish because
that's a big part, the big topic for me for spoilers.
Goro was in the trailer, so I wouldn't consider him spoilers. Okay. So I'll let you talk a little bit about him, but we will save most of the stuff for spoiler talk. Cool. What did you want to mention?
I mean, Goro was kind of cool. I mean, like, he was great looking, I guess, and his fighting style was really unique.
Yeah, he looks great. But I'll keep it for there.
Yeah.
Well, how would you compare him, Reaps, since you've seen it to the animatronic?
Dude, I actually like the animatronic. I like the puppet.
Yeah.
I like practical effects.
They did a good job with the puppet, though.
It did. I mean, you could say it looks a little goofy now, but back then, like, it looked really good. Like,
yeah. Oh, it is goofy looking in the sense that with the CG, they were able to make him look a little bit more like an orc beast type person.
He's more of a threat, I feel like, in the older movie than he is in this one, and he has more presence. But again, I'll get more into that with the spoilers.
All right, cool. So let's just kind of wrap this up then for this one, and then we'll move on to the spoilers. If you were to give this a score, what would you give it, JT?
I would give it a 8.5 out of 10.
Okay, pretty solid.
I mean, like I said, it was enjoyable. The plot was generic, but the fight scenes are worth the mission on. I wish I could see it in theaters. That was kind of cool, like all the sounds.
You can see it in theaters, right?
Yeah, I know. I wish.
Yeah.
But like, I saw it on HBO Max, and I had this like big sound bar underneath my TV. It was pretty sweet. So 8.5 out of 10, solid movie. I will watch it again just for fun. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Reaps?
It's just really entertaining, and I think it's sort of like movies like this. Like, they don't have to necessarily go like above and beyond, like, to get everyone to Like, but for what we got, it's really solid. It's good. But yeah, it's cheesy, but that's just how it is. And that's just how Mortal Kombat is. Even in the games, despite all like the blood and gore and all, it's still really silly. It's over the top, but I like it. So I'd say like 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd be more in line with that one.
Okay.
It was cheesy. It was technically, if you were to look at it outside of a fan perspective,
Right.
And that's the thing. Yeah, I look at it as a fan perspective. So
it was technically a bad movie, but it's one of those that's even if you're not a fan, you could still find stuff to like about it.
Yeah.
So it's one of like the 90s one. It's a good bad movie.
Yeah, it's a good bad movie. Yeah.
It's not something I would consider trash, but it's something that I wouldn't be like, man, that
Except
was
for
a
a Night
great
Wish.
movie. Yeah. Well, again, good bad movie for all the wrong reasons.
It is trash. I like it.
But
It's amazing.
what's
It's
it called? This one is I'd give it an average 7 out of 10. It's a good time, especially again. I'm
It
not a
is a good
hardcore.
time, yeah.
I'm not a hardcore fan, but I'm
Right,
fan
right.
enough of the games to know some of
Okay.
the lore, caught some of the
Mhm.
Easter eggs, and just overall they went in knowing what type of movie it is. They just said, let's run with it and just make something fun and entertaining.
Yeah.
So I give them props to that.
Cool.
And I wouldn't call this a bad movie. I'd say it's a fun
yeah.
movie that even if you're not a fan, you could have a good time. I would recommend watching this movie, especially since it's on HBO Max. If you already have a subscription, it doesn't cost anything extra. It's not like the bullshit Disney's pulling with $29.99.
access.
Yeah, no, it's included. So if you got about an hour and a half to 2 to kill, this is a good time.
Yeah.
It's a good.
It's a
show
lot
your-
better to watch it with your friends, like
Oh,
with
yeah,
a
of
small
course.
group.
Yeah,
Just react to
I
all
kind
of
of
it.
wish I
Yeah.
kind of wish we would have been able to get together.
I know.
and
You didn't.
watch it. Well, I mean, you were working.
I know,
late,
I know.
Or JT was working late, and we needed to get this up now or record this today, so we didn't have a chance to watch it together.
My new
But-
Saibai hat keeps falling.
Yeah.
But I will say, watch party with a double feature Annihilation in this one.
Yeah.
sometime
I would
in
say, and that's what I wanted to do. Like I wanted to do Annihilation first, then that.
yeah, pizza party at Morty's place.
And drinks.
Yeah, no, that well, just especially with
Drink every time when you watch Mortal Kombat. and
especially with
Annihilation when they
Annihilation.
do a flip and a kick, you would die.
That'll be
Yeah,
us
you're
all
dead.
Yeah, that's Annihilation right there for you. Nonstop
I can't
that.
wait. I can't wait.
You die of alcohol poisoning
But
right before when the movie starts. You die.
I guess let's give just a couple of seconds, just so that if somebody wants to get out right now, we are going into effect into spoiler warning. I wish I had some sort of like siren, like woo or something like just.
Or just do like something like do 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 do.
But I guess we'll have Gordon Ramsay tell us. Gordon Ramsay, what do you say? Spoiler warning time.
What the fuck is going on?
Okay, and with that, Gordon Ramsay tells us what the fuck is going on. So let's
No,
go
you
on.
should have had him just say, "It's raw."
It's raw, but no, we'll move on. So, spoiler time. Spoilers.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to listen, get the hell out.
If you don't want to listen, get the fuck out.
Yeah, in terms of spoilers. So if you've seen the movie, stick around. This is the fun part. So the movie opened up with how could I forget? It was Scorpion and Sub-Zero fighting.
Yes.
Their introduction. I'll let you guys just go on and start from there. How did you guys feel about that in terms of, I guess?
It's great. It's amazing. It looks wonderful. And that's the thing, because like those two were the movie for me, and I wanted to see so much more of them.
Yeah,
I mean,
totally
we
agree
get to
about
see a lot of Sub-Zero, but I wanted to also see a lot of Scorpion too, and not that he just like okay, you can just summon him, at the very last minute.
I mean, for me personally, like the mixed martial arts of it and the blood, there's so much. It was like unbelievably, like insanely awesome. I was just staring at it. I was like, I can't believe that they'll make a movie.
Yeah, all these kills,
much
all these
fatalities
finishers, yeah.
It was fantastic.
And they actually show all these fatalities.
Yes, they did.
Especially, it is my favorite scene. It's when Kung Lao is what was it the Batgirl, I think, that he does the fatality on her. Yeah. So he does the spinning hat thing, like the buzzsaw, and he pushes her
and cuts her in half.
It cuts her in half, and you see his face go like his eyes are just bulging out of his face. It was just so good, and I didn't expect that at all.
Yeah, no, the gore and violence
Kung Lao was just MVP.
Top notch.
So
though,
good.
like, I was kind of worried that they wouldn't have the guts, no pun intended, to actually they didn't reach quite the levels of over the top violence like the games do, because they get a lot more brutal, but they got enough to where close enough to where I'm like, this actually works with the live action feel to it.
And pretty much all the characters get to do their own unique fatalities. So like Liu Kang, like he does the dragon thing. Oh, it's just so good.
Well, back to the Sub-Zero and Scorpion though.
Yeah.
Did you guys expect that? For like, I know that the original Sub-Zero technically is a bad guy, but then
that's the thing. He's not really bad. It's actually not him. But I don't know if they're going to address that in the second movie. It's really Quan Chi who disguises himself. It like shapes himself into Bi-Han, and he goes and kills Scorpion's family. But it's just to get him on his side for the tournament.
Yeah, Bi-Han is technically a bad guy though, and he, if I remember correctly, I read that that's actually and it was in Mortal Kombat 11 too. Bi-Han is actually Noob.
Yeah, because that's after Scorpion kills him. Because then I think Quan Chi raises him up and has him as one of his minions.
And he goes to the Nether Realm and he transforms into Noob. So I have a feeling we're gonna see that in the sequel. But I didn't expect them to. Like you said, Reaps earlier, with Cole being a descendant of the Scorpion family. I thought it was going to be the opposite.
Yeah, I think it would have been more interesting if it was the opposite, if he was a descendant of...
Because usually...
Lin Kuei.
Usually the Sub-Zero is known kind of as a good guy. Yeah. Because it's usually the younger brother of
Kuai
Bi-Han.
Liang, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and he's usually a good guy, and for a good chunk of the game's history, you kind of focus on that Sub-Zero.
Right.
So
he kind of wants to like redeem like the Lin Kuei name.
That's cool.
Yeah. So did you guys see that coming, that he was going to be like the main antagonist?
Wait, for Sub-Zero?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The trailers made him out to be that way.
Oh, I just saw the one trailer and it just looked like I thought Scorpion was going to be the bad guy, and Sub-Zero was just going to kind of be like misunderstood type of deal.
But that's the thing, because like I was expecting to see, like after he died,
right?
I was expecting him to just turn back into like Quan Chi or something, and that was like the first look you get to see of him. But actually, no, it's not even that. Is because Quan Chi, well, he is Sub-Zero like in the beginning, but then Sub-Zero shows up in the tournament, but he doesn't know who Scorpion is, and then Scorpion kills him, and then that's when Kuai Liang kind of like goes after revenge for that.
Interesting.
It's still Quan Chi's fault though.
Yeah, but they took a different approach in this one, unless they do that in the sequel.
Yeah, unless they.
But I don't know. Seeing how it kind of went, I don't know.
But like as a villain, like he was brutal.
Yeah, he was,
and that was just so cool to see. Again, like I really like Sub-Zero, and just seeing him like showcase all of his powers and stuff, like freezing like guns, and then the bullet explodes and it's frozen. Him cutting off Jax's arms,
dude,
him doing the ice wall thing,
Yeah,
fighting with Scorpion at the end. Every moment with him was just like, oh, so good.
Crazy.
What was after the initial fight with Scorpion? So they make it, you get introduced to our protagonist who's not.
Yeah, then they show Cole like boxing.
He's got a family and this and that. And generic.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't care about that.
Yeah,
move on. Yeah.
So then that's when you get the Sub-Zero and Jax fight.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. And did you guys notice that when they start most of these fights, they make it seem like the game. They make it seem like one person on the left,
That's
one
what I'm
person
saying.
on the right.
Like, it just feels like the game.
Yeah, and then it goes to a more typical fight. But yeah, if they give you a sense of like this is your stage.
Yeah.
This guy's on the
All
left,
these
this
different
guy's on the right.
locations. Yeah.
Yeah.
Different
really
stages.
What's it called? Then there was that fight was pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Although I don't see how Jack survived that. He like fell on the rebar and
I know, it was like
and then his head was like
knocked
bleeding.
out.
Yeah.
But whatever. He lives. He lives. Steve Harvey has to go find his teeth in his arms. But
Yeah.
what's it called? Then was that after? No, then you see Sub-Zero once again. He goes after Cole's family.
Yes.
Well, actually, that was before.
Yeah, that hail.
That
Damn.
the hell part. He just shows up, and you're like, oh, this is a nice snow scene and such. And then shit just goes down.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's just so brutal.
Mm-hmm. And
crazy.
He's just pelting them all with like hail, like the size of like a human head, just like pelting people with it. You see someone get knocked out.
yeah, he falls to the ground. He's like,
Yeah, it's like, okay, he's dead.
but no, that action sequence
Yeah,
was
it
pretty
was.
cool. I
Yeah.
thought it was really cool.
Everything, every action sequence was
The Jack sequence was pretty cool. Then they go over to Sonya's place, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we see
they do.
Kano.
Yeah,
Kano. That
Oh,
felt
being all chained up and everything.
And they fight Reptile
Yes.
or
they
his
did.
people. Yeah, it's not really like the Reptile.
no, because I was like, oh, there's an invisible guy, and I know they showed him in the trailers.
but,
Right.
I thought it looked more like a werewolf than reptile in the trailers, but you actually see him, and he does look like a reptile.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like the CGI actually does look really good. Yeah, but he can do that in the games. Like he can turn
cool.
invincible. He has the acid
Yeah.
spit.
Well, did we get introduced to Sonya first, and then they fought? Yeah, because it was in her place that they do
Right.
all the exposition, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they have like fan service up the butthole in that section.
Okay, so you see like you see a Greek urn, and then you
Right.
see like Motaro
yeah, you
on
see
it.
and you see like I think Kodo Khan, don't you?
Yeah, I think you see Kotal Khan like as a statue, like a bust.
Yeah,
you, you
cool.
see him like it's
You
like this
see-
Aztec looking guy.
the Night Wolf too.
Yeah, Night Wolf. Yeah,
You see a bunch of like just overall fan service and
Right.
right there. They even mentioned the title Mortal Kombat.
Oh, even more when they go to Raiden's temple.
Oh,
you
yeah.
see like Shinnok's amulet, which
Yep,
that
Shinnok's
they
amulet.
already got Shinnok in the works.
Yep, and then you see
Kitana's
Kitana's
fans.
What else was there? There was a bunch of stuff in that place
The
too.
Shao Kahn statues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Ugh, I can't wait for him. I love Shao Kahn. I just want to see him wreck shit when he gets let out in the second movie.
What's it called? Yeah, I hope.
Because that's the whole thing. Like they do the tournament, and
Right.
if Shang Tsung wins, then
Uh-huh.
Shao Kahn's gonna come out of a portal and then enslave like Earthrealm.
Wow.
How would you feel? Hold on, let me look at it. How would you feel if they CG Shao Kahn and they fuck it up by getting the same actor from
It's the
Annihilation
same voice. Like,
to voice act? Yeah.
It's glorious. The earth was created in 7 days. So too shall it be destroyed.
Yeah, just how would you imagine like what's it called? Shao Kahn just shows up and he looks fucking badass in his presence and he
and just that voice comes out of it.
and then he opens his mouth. Too bad you will die. He's the one
It has begun.
he's the one who delivers that line now.
It's glorious.
But it's just like how would you feel when they did that?
Dude, actually, in Annihilation, like his gear was pretty cool. I mean, if it was on a bigger guy, like if it was like on Arnold Schwarzenegger, like back in the day, like that would have been like amazing.
But it was
But-
on that guy.
Yeah, it was on that guy. Little
Oh,
squid.
it was hilarious. Anyways,
His face is like all the time. His eyes are always just like bulging out. He has like the biggest smile. He's like
but yeah, no, that back to
he's like hitting people with his hammer, like one shotting them just randomly.
and how did that feel? But yeah, no, back to where we were. So yeah, no, that's the type of fan
Okay,
service
cool.
you see. You
No,
see a
I love
bunch of
Shao
stuff.
Kahn. He's like my second favorite character, and like I just can't wait to see him just come out in the second movie, which I'm hoping comes out in the second movie.
Well, and but like we were saying though,
in his voice, though.
in
I mean, the icing on the cake.
in fan service style when they fought
Yeah.
Reptile, Kano comes out. And how did you guys feel of like even having the cues to the games where he's like,
Kano wins.
Kano wins. Oh,
Ain't
that's
that a beauty?
Right. Yeah, he rips the heart out.
And, you're like,
And
this
I
is
thought
being
it
hard
was
and
like,
everything.
oh, okay, well, we're gonna get to see him like have like all the cybernetics to him. Like, oh, we're gonna see all that. We didn't get to see it. I guess they're saving that for the other movies. But
Yeah, because he died. He
well, he doesn't die. You just saw him get like stabbed in the
Stabbed.
eye. But
Well, didn't they say that once you kill the person, that's the only way to get the mark
Yeah.
over to you? But I have a feeling they're just gonna bring him back.
yeah, they have to, and then they're gonna put the cybernetics on.
That's when they
him.
bring the cybernetics on
Yeah.
him, and his eye will be able to do the lasers. Because I
Mhm.
guess that's why they didn't have the time to explain the cybernetics on his eye,
yeah.
but they still wanted to have the laser beam.
He
on
was
his
just
eye.
such like a wild card. Just
Yeah, he was.
like and the dinner scene where he's just getting pissed off of what Liu Kang and Kung Lao are just telling him. They're like shit talking him.
Oh, and
He's like, "Oh, you want to go?"
that had another Easter egg, didn't it? When they were talking about that, didn't they mention their trainer, the guy from Mortal Kombat X, the drunken Chungus guy?
Bo Raicho?
Yeah, Baracho.
They really did? I don't remember.
I thought I heard his name. I'm not too sure.
Oh, I don't remember.
I could have sworn. I might.
Oh,
be wrong.
that'd be great if they did.
Yeah, I might be wrong, but that'd be kind of cool character to show up.
Poe the movie.
Yep,
Watch it.
yep, just drunken master Poe.
Bo Raicho. It was cool to play as in the game.
But yeah, no, it was just. How did you guys feel about those little, kind of forced because they had to put like the what's it called? The Kano wins, the finish them.
Whatever,
And
dude. I love that shit.
Did you feel like they did them good though?
Yeah.
They
I'm
even
a
had-
fan.
I
Like,
think
I don't
so.
mind.
They
Just
even had
play that
Liu
shit,
Kang.
yeah.
What's it called? It said on the subtitles foreign language, so I guess they found a word that sounds very similar. But he's like Fatality for Kung Lao. But
it was awesome.
it was
he
pretty
does the
cool.
bicycle kicks.
He does.
He's like, yeah.
Yep. But
I hate that move.
screw you. That's my
I hate
move.
that move. You always spam that move.
I spammed that one, and then the sweep spam with the
Yeah.
leg. No, the one that I spam that you hate is the other kick, the flying dragon kick. I think it's called the one that goes from across the screen. That's like whoa, just a single kick.
You know what would be amazing? This actually has me thinking now. Like, what if in like the future movies they actually do crossovers?
Ooh.
If they're owned by WB, like what if they actually do crossovers? So like we see like Jason or Rambo or like Terminator in it.
Ooh.
What if we actually saw that? Like,
That'd be pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that'd be really cool.
Even if it's just like in the background.
I mean, I guess it would
of
be
the
like Ready
Terminator.
Player One, where it's just like all these like crossovers, all these
Yeah.
like.
Well, what would be cool is if like when they're having the tournament,
Right.
like them getting their gear, and in the background you would see like somebody that looks like Rambo and somebody that looks like
Mhm.
Jason or
Yeah.
something fighting.
And then it really be like the games, yeah.
Yeah, like you
Wow, that's
won't.
really cool.
They don't even have to be a main
Yeah.
focus or anything. Just
Mhm.
like in the background, having
Yeah,
another
yeah.
match of their own.
Oh, or like the Alien or the Predator, and it's
Ooh.
Well, those are at Disney, unfortunately.
damn. Oh,
Yeah.
So they're
Disney.
it's too late.
yeah, no, but I think we.
Like, haha, no, you ain't getting that shit.
But yeah, no, that I thought they were those little not quips, those little lines in there were pretty cool.
Yeah.
though.
I like that
They,
shit.
they
I
were-
like that.
They even had the "Let's test your might," but that was another, which leads me to another character. I really like Kung Lao. Kung Lao was fucking badass.
Kung Lao was
Yeah.
the MVP, straight up badass.
Well,
dude.
and
He
it-
was so good,
He
and he
felt-
dies.
Yeah, he felt
he
like the
dies.
dang game. So he like his moves with his hat and such like that were just so
He's
they
just
were
slicing people.
so spot on that it
Yeah.
was so cool. It, like you said, Reeps, earlier, that scene where he just flies and he does another little
Mm.
one-liner quip. He just saws that girl in half,
Mhm.
like in the games and his fatality, and he's like flawless victory. It was
Oh,
just,
yeah.
But in the games, he comes back as a Revenant because he dies and then
Mhm.
he gets brought back. So
Yeah,
that's
that's
what.
cool.
I think they're gonna do that in the next movies.
yeah, I hope so because I would love
Yeah.
to see him come back.
They are, dude. They are. All of them are coming. Like Cabal's gonna be Revenant. Melina.
I guess they did have to, in order to add weight, kill one of the main characters
Right.
of the good side, and it kind of sucks that it was him, honestly. But if they bring him back, it wouldn't be that bad of a
Mm.
blow on.
Yeah.
because he got his soul sucked, and then that guy was
Yeah.
like,
No, he should have said,
face.
"Your soul is mine," but just like that. I mean, he did say it, but he needed to say
But
it. in
his
that same
face when he was like
Yeah.
sucking his soul out, it was so
He was
funny
like,
looking.
"Your brother's soul is mine." Lou.
But
It's crazy.
so what were you gonna say about Goro, JT? You were mentioning earlier that we had to save for the spoiler.
Oh yeah, he came out. He's from the outer world, and he just came out of nowhere and just started beating up Cole while like he was like with his family, and it was just
He just kind of showed up too.
Yeah,
They
he
were
did.
like, "I'm home. What are we doing?"
So yeah, this is the thing that kind of bothered me.
yeah.
He looked great. I'm a big fan of Goro.
Right.
Like I loved playing as him in Mortal Kombat X.
And they kind of wasted him though.
They wasted him, dude, and that's the thing, because in the original one he had so
Right.
much presence, and
Well, and they sent him to fight Cole.
yeah, and
Of all
that's
people.
what ruins it. It's that he fights Cole. Like that shouldn't have been his fight. It should have been like Liu Kang, how it's supposed to be.
Right.
Yeah,
Or,
or
like-
someone who has powers or is trained.
Exactly, yeah.
The fact that
In like a tournament, and he knows like he's a force to be reckoned
Right,
with in
right.
the tournament. It's like, okay, we're fighting him like in the backwoods, and they're blocking him with a car. I'm like,
Right.
that's so generic.
yeah, no, like they should have had him at least fight Jax or
Yeah.
someone who had his
Also, like he
full
talks
potential.
more. Like he talks more, even in the original one.
Yeah.
Like,
But it just kind of bugged me that they send him this beastly creature
Yeah, to fight a human.
to fight a human
it's just kind
who-
of dumb. He's
who
just
hasn't
like,
found his powers.
Right.
And then we do get to in that battle, we do get to the one of the most, in my opinion, stupidest part of the movie. And one of the reasons I didn't like Cole was because he had literal plot armor
yeah,
grow out
yeah,
of him.
plot armor grow
He was
from
like,
it.
"What's
That's
your,
why I don't like him.
What's
What's just
your-
like fuck off?
what's your power?" "Oh, I got plot armor. So when the plot
Literally.
needed me to not die, I was able to spawn armor and kill Goro."
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like you could just take him out. Like
Yep.
you wouldn't miss anything.
Nope. Well, you would have missed the Mary Sue plot armor because he all of a sudden became like the best of them and the leader.
Yeah,
and
he
the-
didn't even
Yeah.
train all that much.
Nope.
Oh,
Yeah.
He just.
Well,
he's-
I guess it's because like he wanted to save his family. You know. Like,
Well, yeah, but I just that just made me chuckle though. It was literal plot armor. That's his power. That was his power figuratively or whatever it's.
Literally.
I mean,
Yeah,
I did
and
like
literally.
that at the very end. It's like he didn't want the same thing to happen to his family, just like Scorpion
Right.
did. Like that was a good parallel to that. Like I did like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, at the very end.
Yeah, at the very
Yeah.
end when he summoned when he finally summons Scorpion from the Netherrealm, which I wanted to see him in there like transform, and he's
Yep.
chained up, and he becomes like the demon that he is.
But man, when the guy killed Goro though, it like he actually killed him pretty brutally. He like
Yeah.
cut off.
It was
his
a
arm.
fatality, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then he like sliced and his guts came
Yeah,
out.
yeah, his intestines
And-
are like falling out.
Yeah, it was gross, but it was cool.
Yeah, it was.
But
It's just
then-
that like he didn't need to die in the hands of Cole.
Yeah. Then that was a point in this movie that I forgot to mention in the non-spoiler
Right.
part, but I'll go ahead and mention it here. Is one of the reasons the plot was kind of iffy for me was the fact that the first part was kind of slow
Uh-huh.
and it was good. It was kind of building up what this world is about and all that. And then all of a sudden it went
Fast
super
pace.
fast. It
Yeah.
was like, it felt
Yeah,
rushed.
it picked up really quick.
It felt
Yeah.
rushed. It's like, oh, now it's time to fight.
Yeah, that's what
have
I'm saying. It's just
let's-
pure action mostly. Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
have all these fights kind of rushed at the end. The second half fights, other than the big Scorpion and Sub-Zero fight, all the
Mhm.
other fights felt like really quick, really rushed.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, we now are confident. Let's go kill everyone. And they kill all the other bad guys in the time span of like 4 minutes at most.
Yeah.
They take out the whole other team like super fast.
They
And,
found
like,
the
nothing-
Arcana.
Yeah, but
They
I
did.
just felt like it could have been less rushed in that aspect. I would have rather had a little bit of one more one-on-one fights time rather than have like a fighting montage that has all of them fight and all of them win
Mhm.
super fast. Because it kind of It felt fast. It didn't give you the moment to kind of enjoy each individual fight. Even though they were cool fights.
I did. They were all good. Come on now.
Well, yeah, but you got to admit, it would have been a bit cooler to see a bit more of each fight. Just a few more minutes focused on each one.
But there were good fights. It's not like they all like went out like bitches. Like just one shot. And in the original movie, like some of them just go out like that. It's just like,
I mean, speaking of fights,
well, Melina got, once Sonya came in, she got one shot in super fast.
I mean, yes. So speaking of fights, my favorite fight besides the Scorpion and Sub-Zero fight at the end is the battle between Kano and Sonya, because that was hilarious. I mean, Kato's like, "Oh man, where are you?" And Sonya was like, "Here I am," and started.
yeah.
It was great.
Well, I really enjoyed the Liu Kang and Cabal. That one was pretty cool, especially
Cabal
with
was so good.
especially because the movements that Cabal was doing, and then he gets
The
thrown
dash,
into
the
that.
side dash things. And
He gets thrown into that like oil pit.
Oh yeah.
and then Liu
yeah.
Kang does the fire dragon.
the thing's like he's already like really burned enough because that's how he is. He's really burned underneath the suit, so he just gets even more incinerated.
Yeah, no, that was pretty cool in my opinion.
But yeah, in the games he comes back as a Revenant, so I think that's what's going to happen in the movies.
Who does Cabal?
Yeah, Cabal.
Okay, I didn't know that. I know that like Liu Kang and Kung Lao and Katana, all of them come back as Revenants.
Nah. In MK11, he's a Revenant.
Okay,
Interesting.
I guess
That's why he has like the gray skin.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
since he wears the mask and such, you don't really see it. Or do you?
Yeah, you see it. You see it in like in his arms and his legs because it
okay.
shows. Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't even notice that. I barely started. I barely bought the Ultimate Edition not too long ago, so I haven't had too much time to play number 11. But yeah, no. What else was
But
there?
Melina did put up a really good fight. With
Yeah,
that,
but once
yeah.
Sonya came in, she just got wrecked.
Yeah.
And I did
I mean,
like that
I mean,
camera
like,
angle though. When
she does die though. I mean, in the games, and then she comes back.
But I did like that camera angle though when she shot Melina and it just falls and you see Sonya through the hole.
The spine.
That was very like I was just waiting for the text fatality to pop up.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Then we get to the main part where Cole finds out Sub-Zero has taken his family.
Yep.
And let me tell you though, that fight scene right there, that was the highlight. I wish there was
some good shit.
I wish there was more of those.
Yeah, I wanted more of that. That was the whole movie for me. I was just like, dang, like
Yeah,
that shit hits. Like I wanted that.
It was brutal. It was
was.
super well choreographed. The setting was really cool.
It's so satisfying too. It just does not disappoint. Like they brought the big guns like for that.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Game, man.
They did. And
Scorpion's entrance, like
yeah,
Oh yeah.
he just get over here, and he just whips.
he has
him
such a
out.
good voice too.
Yeah. No, it was freaking badass. What did you think, JT? Like,
I mean, the overall atmosphere where the gym was frozen solid, and Cole's family was frozen, and like the whole battle sequence between Sub-Zero versus Scorpion and Kato, and Cole, excuse me, was really cool, and also just, I mean, that was like
It went on for a
best
long time though,
Yeah.
and that's what I wanted. Like make this last. Don't like one shot him. And it like no, it takes its time.
Yeah.
yeah, and even when Sub-Zero was getting beat, he was still coming back.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
still
he
coming
was.
back.
He was still.
And that's what I
coming-
loved about him. He's like, this is my favorite character, and he's not going out like a bitch, like how he
No.
did in the '90s movie. They did like threw like a pail of water at him or something. And then he
Oh
dies.
yeah, and then the icicle forms. Or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
and kills him. Yeah,
Man,
no,
I'm
and
telling
this
you guys,
one,
like,
he-
you guys
he
are
put up
really
a fight.
hyping up Annihilation, so I have to see it, right?
Well, that was the first one.
No, that's the first one. We just have to show it to you.
Annihilation is just
Yeah.
bad. Annihilation.
Which he's in that one too. His brother.
Oh man.
I love how he comes in. The way he enters in that movie
Yeah,
in Annihilation.
He
Yeah.
just comes
He
flying through
literally
a front flip.
flies like sideways like this. He's like flying like this.
Yeah.
And then he lands. He takes off my mask. He's like, "No, I'm not dead. That was my brother."
Yeah, it's,
That's literally what he says. It would have been funny if he was like, "Yeah, that was my brother, bitch."
but yeah, no, that Scorpion Sub-Zero fight scene was fucking brutal.
Yes, it was.
It was awesome.
It felt like like in the trailers when they show like a new Mortal Kombat game, it's always like Sub-Zero versus like Scorpion. That's what it felt like. It was
yep. And it was the one that had, in my opinion, the closest fight to the
actual games.
To the actual games.
Exactly. His ice sword and the spear.
Yep, the ice sword.
All the
spear,
moves. Yeah. Him shooting the icicles.
The whole him doing that whole, what's it called? Cutting him, getting the icicle.
Yeah, freeze the blood, stab him,
and then throw him through the wall.
Yeah.
That was fucking badass.
Yeah, he did the slide also.
And the slide, then Scorpion had his own thing. He even had the fatality where he takes
the
his
fire
mask
breath.
Yeah. Fire breath.
The skull.
And I was wondering, I'm like, are they going to make him turn into like a skeleton whenever he does that? And they did for the most part.
Yeah.
And I thought it was cooler this way because like you could just see like a glimpse of it, like just show itself through his face, other than just have him just like take his face off, like how it was in the older ones.
Yeah.
It was cooler this way.
Yeah, no, I thought it was really cool, and I think that's why.
Because like when the fire would like smolder like in his face, then you see it.
Yeah, and then what's it called? We had a KF Sub-Zero, man, Kentucky Fried Sub-Zero, which I think that's why he was like in that state, because I think that's what's gonna transition him to be Noob. He's already looking kind of grayish.
Yeah, shadowy.
He's gonna be taken to the nether realm more or less, and be turned into Noob. So I think that's where that's heading.
Okay.
Obviously, if there is a sequel at the end, we also know Johnny Cage is going to be in it.
Yes.
Okay, this is like a dream casting decision for me for Johnny Cage. I want Conor McGregor as Johnny Cage.
I don't know.
I want Conor McGregor as Johnny Cage. I think that would be fucking amazing.
Conor McGregor, I don't think would be able to act.
You need a crazy man. That's what Johnny Cage is. Crazy.
Johnny Cage has like that Hollywood actor suave,
cocky little shit.
Yeah, but he what's it called? Conor McGregor would not have the act. No.
But he's a good fighter, though. That's the thing. Yeah, like in the games, like he's fucking cutthroat.
Yeah, so I'm hoping. I don't know who I would personally want casted, but I'm kind of surprised. Well, not surprised. I guess they did it on purpose. They didn't show a face or anything. They just showed the
movie
iconic
poster.
Belt. Yeah. So I'm like, I guess they did that because they don't have anyone in mind yet. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see Cage. I wonder if they're gonna do his Green Lantern looking fist for his Arcana.
I think they call it like Green Energy or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet that's gonna be his Arcana. But we better see a split nut busting scene with him. Because they did that with Goro, right?
They punched him. He's like,
and his eyes go all crazy, cartoony animatronics. But yeah, no, I'm excited for a potential sequel because like I said earlier, I feel like they could just get straight into the fighting and no one's gonna question it. You're gonna have some more of your main staple characters. You're probably gonna get Noob. You're gonna probably get Johnny Cage. Katana most likely. Who else would probably be in it? Maybe they would save Shao Kahn for a third one. But I hope not because I kind of
actually they might save Shinnok for the third one because that's the thing. There's so many characters in here. There's always like there's a bad guy above this bad guy. There's a bad guy above this one. You know, he's a servant to him, and I think Shao Kahn will probably be the main threat in the second one, and then they'll bring Shinnok because they showed his amulet.
And I'm hoping we actually get to see Raiden do more in the second one.
Yeah, I want to see Raiden do more because he was badass, and I loved his voice also.
Yeah, no, I could see him. That actor fit pretty good for him, and I want to see him actually kick some ass.
I just want to see way more fighting in general. Just go all just off the rails craziness.
Yeah, I want to see the actual tournament.
Yeah,
I want to see them fight. I want to see them do more brutality.
I want to see all the blood, fatalities,
and have more stages from the game. Because if you notice, when Jax was fighting the guy with the hammer. I think they were on that stage where it's that big old bridge.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because when you fall, you get impaled on the spears at the bottom.
Yep. So I want to see more stuff like that, and heck, some of those other characters, they're really wacky. They're really cool. So I want
to see Kuai Liang.
That's what I'm saying. I just want to see new characters just have brutal, violent, gory fights with each other.
I want to actually see like Reptile also, but the actual Reptile.
Yeah.
Like in his suit and everything. That'd be cool though, like some like reptilian dude. They're just with like some green armor.
Well, how would you feel, Reptile or Rain, if you had to choose between one of those two?
I really like Rain also.
Rain.
Well, then they would have to show Edenia, which is a kingdom in Outworld.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. They got so much crazy lore they could get
There's
into.
so many characters, yeah.
And yeah, again, now that they got this Origins movie out of the way, I'm really hoping they make at least one more, because there was that one actor who plays Sub-Zero. And again, I think that's why they're going to bring him back as Noob, because he said, oh yeah, Warner Brothers made me sign a contract for 4 movies.
That feels so
if
good.
This one's
you're just
successful,
like, you're set just to do these 4 movies.
Well, they don't know they'll do 4, but they say if this one's successful, they'll move on to another one for sure. They already have these actors basically obligated to come back if they decide to do it.
Yeah.
But what was that text I sent you, Reeps? I was like, fucking Warner Brothers will do, and they'll sign on 4 movies for Mortal Kombat without even knowing how successful it is, but they won't want to spend another dime on Zack Snyder's Justice League continuation.
Pull a plug on that.
Yeah, they're like, no, just kill that
hey,
shit.
they'd be like, hey, we're not doing that shit, right?
It's just a big
you see this? Just
it's a big old F you to the Zack Snyder fans. Like, I saw a meme.
Hey, you thought we were doing this? Fuck off.
Yeah, I saw a meme too that was like, what's it called? It said that the statistics for Zack Snyder's Justice League were way higher than Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Like, what? Like, what are you talking about, man? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
this is crazy.
But Warner Brothers won't do anything. And then on Marvel's side, it's like, even though they didn't have those high numbers like Zack Snyder's Justice League, as soon as the season ended for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they're like, we're making a movie for Captain America 4. So it's like, what the heck?
Anytime someone mentions Snyder, they're like, hey, we don't do that here. Hey, guys, just leave that.
We might not get another continuation to Snyder's DCU.
Nope.
But again, they'll make anything else, so maybe they will make more Mortal Kombat movies. And with that,
I want more Mortal Kombat.
I'm perfectly fine. I'm perfectly okay
I
with
am A-okay with that.
Yeah, so I'm really hoping to see more of this universe. They had a solid foundation, not the best, but a solid one, and one that I found enjoyable.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely looking forward to more. So I guess with that, we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you guys again, the listeners, for tuning in. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do it. Hit that like button too. Come on.
Do it.
Come on. I wish I had that Arnold Schwarzenegger going, do it now. Do it. But from Predator.
Or you could have Shia LaBeouf just do it.
But yeah, well, maybe we'll put him on the green screen. Maybe
you have to just put some crazy shit in the background.
Yeah, but
you're probably doing this right now.
Yeah. Also, if you haven't followed us on Twitter or Instagram, that's usually where JT goes ahead and posts our schedule more or less when we're gonna upload something. Kind of give you a sneak peek about what we're gonna upload. But thank you, JT, for coming in.
Yeah,
thank
you're
you,
so welcome.
Thank you, Reeps. I know you guys are tired. Yeah, because we filmed a little skit at the beginning, so
we did some good.
This is gonna be awesome, baby.
This is a late recording. It's like almost 2:00 where we're at. But we'll go ahead and call it a night. Thank you guys again for tuning in, and you guys for coming over. Y'all take care.
Get over here, scrimp.
Aw, man, my orange! What am I gonna eat?
Test your might, bitch.
What the fuck is this? So, it's time for us to eat our words, and we got a dish here courtesy from Noob himself.
Yeah, this is your stupid challenge, bro.
You
You're
read-
the one who wanted to do this.
Hey,
God
but
dang. I
hey.
didn't even say it was gonna be bad. You're just doing this all.
You're just chickening out. man.
No, you just
You're
want
just
someone to
chicken-
do it with you.
But
I
we're-
didn't say shit.
We're gonna eat the scorpion's revenge and see if it's any good. We'll let you know.
Wait.
Oh.
Toast to our sphincters. Rest in peace.
All right, we're gonna die.
We're gonna die. We're gonna have shit out our sins tomorrow
Rest in
morning.
peace.
God dang, dude. Look at this. It smells like feet.
Oh, the tapatio's not good on it. Let's go for another.
Too bad you will die.